All right, welcome to Two Cousins Buzzin. I am Eric, and on the other side of the screen with the long beard trying to be ZZ Top is Jeff.
How you doing?
We we're going to cover a couple things today, one of which everyone's been asking, and we're gonna solve that today. I hope. Uh, Jeff, you want to start with the Cubs Cardinals rivalry? Or you want to start with the other one?
Let's start with Cubs Cardinals rivalry. Let's get right into it.
All right, I'll let you go because I watched that game and things were running through my head. I was like, well, let's see what Jeff says first.
What is there to say? Cubs Cardinals rivalry is one of the oldest rivalries in sports. Um, my first take is you got two very similar fan bases. You got Cubs fan base who's very loyal, very devoted, and you got the Cardinals fan base that is the exact same way. You put the two of them together, and from my experiences dealing with Cubs Cardinals rivalry, is that you actually get somewhat of a friendlier rivalry than you do, say, with Cubs and White Sox.
Yep, you do. That was one of the things when I was watching the game. You know, you said Cubs Sox, they get pretty nasty. Yankees, Red Sox, they'll get a little nasty. Dodgers, Giants, they get nasty.
Yeah, very fist fights and stuff.
Yeah, when I watch the Cubs and Cardinals, I see more two teams. Yes, it's a rivalry, it's huge, but you see more of a good baseball game from both teams almost every time. Solid play. Yeah, there's a little bitterness there, but you're right. You know, more of a friendly rivalry, at least with the players. The fans, yeah, they do travel back and forth on there to support their teams. But that was my biggest take from the rivalry is it's just, to me, better baseball.
Well, I think the whole you get fans traveling back and forth. It makes it so much easier to do that when you have 57 that is pretty much or 55 that is the crossroads between St. Louis and Chicago. So it's easy to get back and forth. It's not like you have to spend a full day traveling. You have to find lodging and stuff. You could easily get from Chicago to St. Louis, especially during a day game, without any problems.
Yeah, the fans are a little nicer to each other in the stands too.
I think it's generally it has more respect for each club. Each club has, obviously, the Cardinals have won more than the Cubs have, but the Cubs
in the regular season, I think the Cubs got them, but more world championships.
I'm talking world championships. The Cardinals have definitely won more world championships. They got that to brag about. But when you go back and forth, it's almost close. I forgot what the number was, but I think it was only just, was it a few, like 50 or something games off of?
Yeah, I want to say it's less than 100 that the Cubs have the advantage. I know I've been to both stadiums, and what do they call this? It's Busch Stadium the third, I guess.
Yeah,
and it's not a bad stadium, and it's a lot like the other ones, but I still would rather be at Wrigley.
Yeah, and I remember the old stadium. I haven't been to the new one. The old stadium was a hot box. The way they built it, that old cookie cutter stadium, you go in there, and it just trapped in the heat. There was no escaping, and you obviously know Missouri summers where it could get absolutely brutal in June, July, August.
Yeah, that's definitely a night game there. I wouldn't go to a day game. I'd just pass on that.
No.
I also remember from the rivalry, summer of '98. I know people are going to say steroids. I get it. But back then, as we found out, almost every player was doing something that they probably shouldn't have been doing. But the McGuire, Sosa, home run chase. I mean, it captivated everybody. I mean, it was crazy, and it was more than it wasn't. Hey, who's going to win today? It was who's going to hit more home runs. McGuire. So
Right. And the fact that McGuire ended up doing it while playing against the Cubs made it even more special
well for them.
for them. But if you think about it, you had Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire in the same stadium when it happened.
Yeah.
All eyes were on that game. All eyes were on that series alone versus any other series because Griffey was in that home run race for a while. And who was the other one? Was it? It wasn't Luis. It wasn't Luis Gonzalez. He was a few years later, I think. Right?
Yeah, I think so. I do remember Griffey for a little while.
Griffey up until just about the All-Star break, just after the All-Star break, he kind of tapered off.
Yeah.
But the way I see it with the '98 home run race is that even though it was steroid era, it was almost necessary to save baseball. You got to figure they just came off a strike 3 years earlier.
Yeah,
People weren't going to the games. Attendance was down in all parks, Wrigley Field included.
Yeah, it definitely brought baseball back a little bit. So the Sandberg game was also against the Cardinals.
You had the 2-homer game.
Yeah.
That was 1984. That was his coming out party as a superstar.
Yeah, and I believe he hit one of them. I think the one in the 11th off of Bruce Sutter, which I think the Cubs traded him to the Cardinals.
Yes.
So there's a friendly part there.
Yeah, you got so much different history between the two clubs. Look at the one of the most famous trades for St. Louis, and ended up being the Cubs' biggest gaffe, trading Lou Brock.
Yeah, you had to bring that up, huh?
I had to, because if we're going Cubs Cardinals, you have to talk about the negatives too.
Yeah, that was a big one.
It was real big. And then you think about it, some of the famous players that have been on both teams, even though he only had a cup of coffee here with the Cubs, Jim Edmonds had a solid season with the Cubs, and he had a great career with the Cardinals.
Yep. I got a Matt Carpenter right now. I hate when he comes up playing the Cubs. And this year he's not playing so much, but I think he's played almost every game versus the Cubs.
Yeah.
And he's a Cubs killer here lately, last few years.
Nolan Arenado, you're going to hear that name for numerous years, but he's going to be the biggest Cub killer to boot. I wish the Cubs could have gotten him. As much as people like Chris Bryant's not even playing third base right now. Nolan Arenado would have been a perfect fit.
He's not. I don't want to say it, but look how much better they've been playing with him not. Just throwing that out there.
Well, yeah. And I don't see really the way Wisdom's been playing. I don't see him coming back to third base for a while.
Yeah, if he's there.
There. But here's the problem the Cubs are going to have now is that they're winning, except they're playing the Mets in New York right now. So that kind of, put a halt to that winning streak. But if they continue doing what they're doing, are they going to sell or are they going to trade? Or
I hope they're buyers. Maybe they trade one of them that's a free agent and get another pitcher.
I was going to say so because you need another pitcher. Unfortunately, Arrieta coming back to the Cubs is great and all, and it's one of the best Cubs pitchers of this generation, but he doesn't have it in him. Watching that game on Monday against the Mets,
yeah, it's more of a nostalgic signing.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the stuff anymore.
Right.
And he doesn't have the ability to paint the corners like Kyle Hendricks does.
Yeah, so and the bullpen will need help. You can't have the bullpen pitch 7 innings a game.
No.
It'd be nice if they traded and got a decent pitcher. Scherzer, they're saying may be available, but I wouldn't want to trade someone that's going to be a free agent for a pitcher that's going to be a free agent.
Right, that's pretty much trading, dollars for dollars.
Yeah. So I think that pretty much covered the Cubs Cardinals. I think maybe we should let's take a break, let our sponsors do their thing, maybe.
We could say we're sponsored by this lovely weather we're having here in Chicago right now. Eric, how's the weather by you?
Oh, are you trying to say we don't have sponsors?
Not yet. If anybody's looking to get on board, please contact us.
Yeah, we'll look at that. All right. So the next one, big debate. And then I was talking about this with the wife a little bit, and she's like, "Well, what team?" Doesn't matter what team. In this case, who would you rather have on your team, whatever sport? On one side, you've got a great, and another side, you've got a great. You got Happy Gilmore or you got Jackie Moon. Who do you want?
I'm going to have to go with Happy Gilmore. I think just the excitement he brings to it, the blue collar mentality, Happy Gilmore, 100%.
You're going with Happy. See, I'm going with Jackie Moon because he was not only the player, he was the coach, he's the owner. I mean, Happy, he's aggressive, which is cool, but Jackie Moon, come on. How many teammates get your team to do choreographed dances for halftime shows? That's camaraderie.
Yeah, I'm still going with Happy Gilmore. One man band. He was able to change the face of golf in his respective movie, and he did it without changing in the long run. The more his success he got, he stayed the absolute same. Still wearing the hockey sweaters on the course, still throwing the golf clubs.
I did like Happy. He was great. I mean, he liked to hire homeless people, which was awesome. I mean, who else does that? Just go and hire a homeless person as your caddy. I mean, that's Happy. But I would take Jackie Moon still. I mean, who else could rock those 80 basketball shorts there? Granny style. Come on.
I don't know. Given the opportunity, I'm pretty sure Happy Gilmore probably could have rocked those out if he really wanted to.
Well, maybe there'll be another basketball. I wouldn't say another basketball, but Sandler hasn't done a basketball one yet. Maybe he should.
Given the last couple of movies he's done, it's probably not a good idea.
So you're watching the Netflix ones?
No, I have not.
No, neither have I.
For some reason, since Spanglish came out, I can't really watch Adam Sandler movies anymore. That one just kind of did it for me. I was just like, nah, I don't like it.
So you haven't seen Grown Ups 1 or 2?
I saw the first one, and it was good, but it wasn't something I'm going to have to rewatch over and over again. It's not Caddyshack or
No, it's not.
Happy Gilmore. I mean, I couldn't tell you the amount of times I've watched Happy Gilmore. It's to the point where it comes on TV and I'm quoting it line for line even before it happens.
Right. So, well, that pretty much covers that. I guess Jackie Moon wins, right?
Yeah.
Maybe when we post this, we'll get some people to comment who they think Jackie Moon or Happy Gilmore. See what they say.
Well, Jackie Moon can hit a golf ball over the highway. I'll tell you that one.
Jackie Moon wrestled a bear.
Yeah.
3 corn dogs.
But Happy Gilmore wrestled an alligator.
That is true. And, with an alligator head, he did kill Chubbs. Just saying.
Right.
I guess that covers that. You got something else?
I've got nothing. Anything from you?
No. Hey, you see these graphics? Who does those? I need to get a hold of someone.
That would be me. I'm the graphics guy. You could get a hold of me at any time through our Facebook channel if you need anything. Speaking of graphics, what have you been up to with Bulldog 580?
Did a break right before this video. Pulled a Bernie Kosar Cleveland Browns Eclipse helmet. Pretty cool looking helmet. We use your graphics everywhere. A lot of people like them. Your blueprints I love those blueprints. People need to really start asking more about those. We might have you post some of those in the group.
I think that'd be a good idea. In fact, I just kind of reworked a few of them, kind of go into some of the different styles. I reworked Arrowhead Stadium. I'm gonna have to send that to you to post that so people could see it. But I've got the actual field on there now. Where a lot of these blueprints that you see, you have just your team colors. I don't know, for some reason I like having the grass patterns the way it's supposed to be, in the respective stadium, and have it more of like a beveled 3D drop shadow look at the stadium alone to separate it from the background.
Right. Well, we'll post some of those. Let everyone take a look, see at them. You do great work. We love it. I mean, people may not notice, but that's a stadium in the background of that, which is amazing. And I guess we'll catch up on the next episode we have.